Hi, Taylor. It's good to see you again.
Hi.
I'm so, first of all, I just want to say I'm so proud of you for doing the sugar-free challenge, not just once, but twice to really nail in the information and help you with your lifestyle changes. So just wanted to let you know that I am super proud of you and just really looking forward to interviewing you today just about your experience and how it was for you. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me a little bit about what was the first thing that really motivated you to do the challenge?
Yeah. So the very first thing that motivated me was, I'd had a couple of weeks of realizing the snacks that my 3-year-old son was choosing. And, I would think to myself, that's probably not the best option that he should be choosing. And so I didn't want him to build up these unhealthy habits. And so it really caused me to be a little bit more retrospective on what am I modeling to him as appropriate behavior when it comes to choosing proper nutrition to fuel our bodies. And so that was definitely my big motivating factor to start the 31-day free sugar challenge.
Oh, that's good. So you're thinking, my choices of role modeling here are maybe need to be refined so I can really give him the best chance of a really good healthy start to his
Mhm.
life. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's awesome. And then what was something that you were doing that in the past that you're not doing anymore as far as your food choices?
Yeah. So I know we had discussed this quite a bit over our calls, but one of the things I'm most proud of is what my grocery cart looks like every day. I'm so proud to walk around the store or put when I'm putting it in my Instacart, just the choices that are within my cart. I know that they're nourishing for my body. I'm not questioning anything that I'm putting in there. And it makes me really happy to see the positive impact that this challenge has had on my life and my family's life long term, well beyond the 31 days.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. So tell me about that. Like as far as some of the changes you've been noticing since you've done the challenges, like what is it that you're noticing maybe within your body as
Mhm.
well as maybe your emotional well-being and your mental well-being too, if you could touch on that.
Definitely. So I'd say there were some very large changes that I noticed within the initial just a few weeks of the challenge, and those have only greatly impacted my life moving forward. So the biggest one is that I was able to really eliminate the frequency of my migraine headaches. They were getting to the point of definitely taking away 2 to 3 days per month where I was just in bed. And so that's time away from my family. And so eliminating the sugar within my diet has significantly reduced the frequency of those migraine headaches. So that was the biggest win for me.
Um,
A nice side added bonus is I did lose 10 pounds during the first challenge. So that was really fun. And then something else that was unexpected was I had quite a few compliments on the appearance of my skin. And so a lot of people had commented just on how my skin looked a lot healthier. They questioned what my new routine was. And so I told them I just quit sugar. So that was a really nice, unexpected change as well, physically.
Oh, and that's so good. Those big three wins. So you got rid of your migraine headaches and then your skin cleared up and you just really, I mean, you really are glowing. I mean, it's really you can just tell. I knew you had really nice skin when I first met you, but then just seeing that yeah, it was remarkable to see those changes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but giving up the sugar and then not having to have those migraine headaches, that basically you gave your family the gift of your time, more time with you,
Absolutely.
right?
Hmm.
So it was not even like a giving up, it was more of a gain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Certainly.
And
Hmm.
then of course the weight loss is a big one too, where a lot of people know that if they quit sugar, and a lot of that, I don't know if a lot of people realize it, but because sugar is so difficult on the system, it creates this inflammation within the body. And then when you just take those refined carbs out of your diet, the body like it starts to shrink, the cells start to shrink, and that's why you're losing the weight, the weight. So it's initially you lose the water, extra water weight, and then comes the actual fat. So, and
Mhm.
what a great thing. Um, wow. So those are some remarkable benefits that you got. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
that's good. What about your what about your children? Have they noticed the changes, or have you noticed some changes in them since you started doing?
Absolutely. I have certainly. So my son, who's now 3.5, he is asking very often whenever we are introduced to a new food from a family member or a friend, he'll say, "Does this have a lot of sugar in it?" And I think that's such a wonderful change that I'm teaching him to be really proactive in reading labels and understanding the food that he's putting into his body that's going to nourish his body long term. And so that's been a really awesome, unexpected change that I've seen in him.
Oh wow, that's really beautiful. And he's how old? 3.5?
Three and a half. Yep.
3.5. Wow. So here you're just shaping his habits so early on, which
Mhm.
is going to really serve him so much better. Because once you have better food, you're going to think better. He's going to be able to make more decisions better, better
Mhm.
decision making. So it's so beautiful that you're catching him so early like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's
certainly.
asking. I love that. Wait a minute. Before I put this into my body, I gotta, figure out, is this really a good food for me? So that's congratulations on coming that
Thank
far
you.
with them. Wow, wow,
Thank
wow.
you. Mhm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, difficult did you think the challenge was by participating in it? Yeah, because remember
Yeah.
going back to the first time, like how
Yeah.
you rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, being like, oh, it was easy breezy. 10 was, oh my God, this was so difficult.
I would say like a 6 or a 7. So I'm definitely a self-proclaimed sugar addict. And so, all the first 2 weeks were the hardest. And once you can get over those first 2 weeks, you've already then built in better habits to grab a quick snack that's a little bit healthier, create a quick meal that's a little bit healthier. So initially, just getting over those sweet cravings was a bit challenging, but absolutely doable. And then also creating the alternatives to what you're currently purchasing and putting into your grocery cart. Becoming a very avid label reader at the front end is a bit challenging if you've never done that before. So, but once you've created and found the products that you like to enjoy, it's just as easy as it was before shopping for those items. And so now I would say it's back down to a 1. Like I've created the habits both of shopping and what I keep in my home and eating. And so it's really easy to maintain. Just get over those first 2 weeks and you can do it all.
Oh, that's beautiful. So only really 2 weeks it was
Mm-hmm.
most difficult. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's so true. I mean, it sounds like a daunting task going 31 days without refined sugar. But you knew, how did you get through some of those cravings? Was there anything in the challenge that helped you, or, tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So I think that you did a fantastic job of preparing us for those really difficult times. You gave us the tools necessary to determine, when we're having those struggles, what are things that we can fall back on? A lot of those things are actually not food related. And that's something I don't think I would have thought of on my own had I not done the challenge. When you're getting those cravings, go for a walk, have a sip of water, read a book, do something for yourself. And so those are all things that can eliminate those sugar cravings. And then you do a really great job as well of providing recipes and ingredients that we can utilize when we're having those sweet cravings to kind of help subside that if we need it. So again, attribute all of that success to the challenge that you provide.
Oh, thank you so much. That would just, yeah, that's very
Mhm.
heartwarming.
Yeah, of course.
What about the group itself, though? Can you speak to that? Like, how did having a group of people help you keep committed, perhaps, to the challenge versus somebody who's just kind of doing it on their own?
Oh, sure. That level of accountability is unmatched. So knowing that you're going to have to get on and speak to everybody face to face through Zoom, and tell them your wins and your struggles for the week, it keeps you very accountable to your actions, which I found extremely beneficial. And they also, if you're going through a tough time, it's likely they were too. And so you can bounce different ideas off of each other on how to best move forward through those struggles when you get them in the future.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I do think too. It's so much more easier to do something when you've made that commitment and the intention, like,
Mhm.
hey, I'm going to do this. And there's no, going back as far as,
Mhm.
um, relying then going back to like the refined sugars even in the moment. So I know you did not like do that at all. Like you were so committed to it. So kudos to you. And then having to experience all those positive benefits and now with your young family moving
Mhm.
forward and just providing a strong foundational at a cellular level because
Yep.
right because that's where I think a lot of people they don't understand maybe the cellular level, like eating real food creates your cells. So
Mhm.
putting toxic food in our body, we're gonna fill our cells with toxic ingredients,
Yeah.
and basically that's going to lead to some chronic conditions or disease and things like that. So yeah. So you took the challenge twice. So
Mhm.
I tell me what was the thought behind that, just to kind of give the listeners like an idea of like, why would you do it again?
Yeah, certainly. So I did the challenge the first time, knowing that I was likely just committing to the 31 days. Like I said, I was the self-proclaimed sugar addict. So I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Yes.
And I did it, and I did it with ease, and that was really exciting for me. But I knew that on day 32, I was going to have a bowl of ice cream. That's my go-to, and I did, and it was really great. But then, I didn't feel so great afterwards. I had gone 31 days without it, and then when I had splurged a little bit to have the ice cream, I didn't feel great, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the way that I felt, and so I did the challenge again, not only to learn more information, because I did. I learned a lot more information and a lot more tools that I could utilize to improve the lifestyle of my family, with less sugar, but also just as another encourager to show myself that this is a positive change that I want to make long term, not only for me and my family. And so that second time through really helped solidify that decision for me that this is not just a 31-day challenge for me. It may be for you, and that's great. But for me, I wanted it to be a permanent change for life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is so beautiful. Oh,
Mhm.
well, Taylor, you have done just an excellent job with everything, and I'm so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, and I think you and your family are going to very healthy life together as you move forward, and certainly it'll be interesting to see how like limiting the sugar content actually affects like the incidences of colds and flus and all of that, right?
Mhm.
Because has sugar really kind of affects your immune system. So getting rid of the refined sugars and carbs out of your diets completely can really help with that too. So good for
Definitely.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, thank you so much again for having the chance to talk with me today about your success with the challenge and again, just extending just a lot of gratitude for you participating in the challenge, but also just caring enough about yourself and your family because when mom feels good, most everybody else feels good too.
Yes, great. Well, thank you again
So
for everything that you've done for me and my family as well, Terry. We appreciate it.
absolutely. It's a pleasure. All right. Well, thank you so much. I will stop the